Hi, my dear friends. Answer this question. The building is tall or high? Which one? What's the difference? There are lots of words that we use every day, and sometimes we make some little mistakes when we are using those words. Words like these. Today, in this video, we are going to learn the difference between these words. So let's dive in. The first one, tall or high. What's the difference? We use tall for something that is like this, is narrow, is not wide. Something that is long and narrow, like a building, like a tree, like a man, a woman. We use tall, a tall building, a tall tree, a tall tower. For example, the Eiffel Tower is very tall, a tall man. So if something is long and narrow, we use tall. But a mountain is not narrow, it's very wide. So for a mountain, we use high. Tall is about things, about objects, about people. But high is about a level. Okay? It's not necessarily from ground to the sky, about a level. For example, the airplane is flying high in the sky. So we use we say a tall building or a high mountain. A bridge, for example, there is a bridge over a river, but the bridge is very high. Okay, the altitude is very high. So we don't say the bridge is tall. The bridge is high. There is a high bridge over the river. So this is the difference between tall and high. So we usually say a tall building. Now a question, is it correct or is it incorrect to say a high building? Look at this picture. This picture shows a tall building. It means from the ground to the sky, and it's very narrow, so we can say it's a tall building. Now look at this picture. In this picture, the building is not very tall. The building is small, but it's on a high mountain or hill. So in this picture, we can say this building is very high. So these two pictures clearly show you the difference between tall and high. Now I have some more examples here. So we use high when we talk about the distance from the ground. You are not talking about something, an object. The distance from the ground. For example, a high bridge. A high mountain. A high ceiling. I am standing here in a room and the ceiling is, for example, 4 meters. So the distance from the floor to the ceiling is 4 meters. So we can say it's a high ceiling. Ceiling is not something like a tree, like this, narrow. It's high, a high ceiling. So I think now you know the difference between tall and high. Let me see if I have any other examples here. So tall is about things. High is about a point or a level. Now try to answer this question. I live on a floor in a building. High, tall, high, high, tall, tall. Which one? Look at the choices. There are 4 choices. So let's check them. I live on a floor. Floor is not something like this. Floor is a level. Okay? So we use or we say a high floor. But the building is like this. The building is from the ground, is very long, is very tall. So I live on a high floor in a tall building. The answer is A. Another one, you answer this. The prison had walls, long tall walls or high walls? Which one? A wall is not like a tree, it's not like a building like this. Walls are wide. Okay, so for walls we use high. The prison has high walls. This is the difference. The next pair, trip or travel. They have the same meaning. The meaning is almost the same, but grammatically they are way different. So I'm going to teach you some points about them. For example, trip is a noun. It's not a verb. But travel is a noun and a verb. Okay? So you can say, I had a trip to Paris last year. But we can't say, I tripped to Paris last year. Because trip is not a verb. It doesn't take ed or ing. Okay? So when you are going to trip as a, when you are going to use trip as a verb, you can say take a trip or go on a trip. And be careful, we never say go to a trip. No, take a trip, go on a trip. So I had, or my trip to Paris was very fantastic, or I took a trip to Paris and it was fantastic. I took a trip. Now, about travel. Travel is a noun and a verb, but be careful. Travel is not countable. We can't say a travel. So it's correct to say a trip or trips, but it's not correct to say a travel or travels. It's uncountable, all right? So I had a nice trip, okay. I had a nice travel is not correct. I love traveling, correct. I love trip, incorrect. Because trip is not a verb, it doesn't take ing. I love trip is not correct. I love traveling. Now compare these two sentences. He takes a lot of business trips, or he travels a lot for business. They are the same. The meaning is the same. So we say takes a lot of business trips, that's the verb. He travels a lot for business. These two sentences have the same meaning. Or, we traveled for 6 days. Our trip was 6 days. They are the same. It means the trip or the travel took 6 days. Now, you answer this one. I had 2 amazing last year trips or travels. Which one? I told you travel is not countable. It doesn't take S. So I had 2 amazing trips last year. One to Paris, one to London. 2 amazing trips. This is the difference between trip and travel. The next pair, job and work. Again, they have the same meaning. So first of all, job and work are not only about money. This is not only when you do something and people pay you money. This is one meaning for job and work. They have many other different meanings. So the first thing I'd like to tell you is job is not a verb, it's a noun, but work is a verb and a noun, both of them, okay? Job is countable. We can say it's correct to say a job or jobs, but work is not countable. We never say a work or works. I have a lot of works. No, I have a lot of work to do. Be careful, it's a very common mistake. A job is a position, work is an activity. This is the difference. Listen, job is, okay, what is your job? Or where do you work? This is how we use them in a sentence. What's your job? Where do you work? Now, sometimes we use job for a responsibility. So job has 2 meanings. The first thing, your job, you do something, you make money, you get money. The second meaning is your responsibility. Listen to these examples. My job is teaching English. It means I make money by teaching English. This is my job. Second, sentence. My job today is to clean my room. It means my responsibility is to clean my room. No one pays me money when I clean my room. It is my responsibility. So we can use job for job and for responsibility. Example, I work in a big company and I love my job. So work is the verb. I work in a big company and I love my job. Okay? Now you answer this one. Take care of the kids. It's your job or work. Taking care of the kids is your responsibility. So today you are responsible for the kids. Stay at home and take care of the kids. It's your job. So when we're talking about a responsibility, we use job, not work. And again, I repeat that we don't use works or a work is uncountable. So you can say I have a nice job, but you can't say I have a nice work. You can say I have many jobs to do today. It means I have many responsibilities. But you can't say I have a lot of works to do today. No, I have a lot of work. Be careful. And last but not least, easy and simple. What is the difference? Easy means not difficult. Okay, the opposite of difficult. But simple means something that is not complicated, something that doesn't have too many steps, something that doesn't take too much time to do. That's simple. Listen to the examples. My job is to carry boxes every day. I have a job. I work in a supermarket, and my job is to carry a lot of boxes every day. I need to carry the boxes. So my job is not complicated. It doesn't have, I don't have to think a lot about many things. I don't have to talk to different people. So it's only taking a box from point A to point B. So it's not complicated. So I can say my job is simple, but not easy, because it needs a lot of energy. I need to carry a lot of boxes, 100 boxes every day. So it's physically difficult, but it's not complicated. So I can say my job is to carry boxes every day. It's simple, but not easy. It's difficult. It makes me tired. Okay? Example, the recipe is easy. The recipe is simple. Both of them are correct. The recipe is easy. It means you can easily make that food. It's not hard. You don't need a lot of ingredients. The recipe is easy. But when you say the recipe is simple, it means it doesn't have too many steps. It doesn't take too long. You don't need that much time to do that. So the recipe is simple. Now you answer this one. The instructions are and to follow. Easy, simple, or simple, easy. Think about it. The correct answer is B. The instructions are simple. For instructions, we use simple. For example, you are following the instructions to install your TV. It has only 3 steps, 4 steps. It's not complicated. So they are simple and easy to follow. It means following those instructions is not hard. You can read them and do them. So the instructions are simple and easy to follow. So in this video, I tried to make the difference between these words clear, because these are very common words and we use them every day. So from now on, you know what the difference is and you won't make any mistakes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Take care. See you soon.